This vlog is for those of you who may be feeling really uncomfortable as you are busy going through the passageway of life. The passageway of life is when one door has closed, and just before the other 5 doors, or 6 doors, or 10 doors, or one door, however many other doors are about to open for you, before that occurs, you are in the passageway. And sometimes passageways can feel dark, they can feel uncomfortable. And through this vlog, I just want to share with you some different insights and perspective that will make you feel so comfortable in this passageway before the next transformation. So, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marie-Claire. I am a self-mastery life coach, a spiritual mentor, and an ascension coach. Ascension coach, people have asked me, what is that? So through the self-mastery journey, you are then being prepared for ascension. So when you transition from planet Earth, the 3D Earth realm, you have lived the most amazing life. You have made the most of every single opportunity and every single possibility that has come your way, and you have lived through your entire life with a sense of gratitude. And I know sometimes this can be really tricky when your ego is in charge and ego is not allowing you to see the gifts and the blessings that have come into your world. Ego only sees the wrongness. Ego sees the hurt. Ego sees that you're not where you're supposed to be. And you remember, the universe is always going to give you what you need in terms of your soul's growth and your spiritual evolution, not what you want, because ego may want something that has nothing to do with your particular journey in terms of this particular physical incarnation, of what you are here to learn, what you are here to master, what you are here to experience. So in terms of this passageway of transitioning from one place to another place, so whether that is even from the 3D earth realm into what exists beyond, or it is closing the door to your old life before you open that door to your new life. And I have been going through this exact transitioning through 2023. So in July, I had an extremely mystical experience that reconnected me with a spirit team that I knew was always present with me. I just didn't really know who they were, and that was the Octurians. I saw Earth as a wasteland, and I kept asking, why does this keep occurring? And the elders, as though they came across to me, confirmed that humanity is always making the same choices. So the choices that humanity keeps making ends up being to the destruction of the particular life cycle on 3D Earth realm. And then life gives way to new beginnings. So either, through death and through destruction, there is this birthing that occurs. And every time I'm going to say I got left, because that was the feeling that I had, that I got left behind. And they would always share with me that I was never going to be alone on this journey. And it was 47. So 47 years on this planet. My 47th chapter in this particular physical incarnation was this reconnection with the Arcturian realm, and remembering why I am here, the purpose that I'm here for, to awaken other star seeds, to hold a certain frequency and a vibration in order for people to be where they are at. And through the last 26 years of doing and being what I do in terms of all the different modalities, starting out with Reiki, being a Reiki master, then getting into Antonia and doing color therapy, and then doing hot stone massage, because Antonia, color therapy, and Reiki was too woo-woo at that time. So then you did hot stone therapy because that was acceptable and you could kind of work healing through that. And then coming across access bars, the modality of access consciousness, and just recognizing that this therapy was starting to change so much, because it was working on all the programmings and the conditionings and belief systems in the most gentle way. So not years of psychotherapy. And then as things started progressing, and as I started launching out into coaching and doing self-mastery coaching, everything started shifting and changing. So I started seeing the changes within my practice, people who weren't ready for where I had moved myself to. And it was just moving along the levels of awareness and levels of consciousness. So we know you get lower levels of consciousness, middle levels of consciousness, and higher levels of consciousness. So as I too, within my own self-mastery journey, was shifting and increasing those levels of awareness and levels of consciousness, clients who no longer matched that started just gently started moving out of my practice. And then to the part where now that I feel like I'm in this passageway, that I've closed the door to a certain amount of clients. I still have a handful of clients that I know are with me for the lifetime. Because if I actually had a message this morning from one of the clients who I've been journeying with for 3 years. and their awareness of what has happened in the last 3 years. And that's the other thing when it comes to working with a coach and mentor, is that ego wants instant gratification. Ego wants something massive and amazing to happen in 3 sessions, 2 sessions, 1 session, whatever it may be. And yes, sometimes that can occur. Other times, you have this person and this guide that's in your life that is busy navigating the changes of life with you as they come. And that is that mentorship then comes in, that you no longer see yourself as being coached, but really just having this mentor and this guide helping you to transition all the different things that are occurring in your world. So that's just like sort of where the work is starting to go. And because now that I'm working with the, not now that I'm working with the Arcturian spirit realm, is just this different type of energy that is coming, and my practice has gone quiet except with a handful of clients. And I know that there is something else on the corner. And I'm sharing this with you because so many people say that people who are light workers, coaches, or mentors never share their vulnerabilities. They always show the positive side of things, and they're always, showing how they work. And we step into positivity, we step into higher consciousness and higher awareness. And it doesn't mean that we too are not going through life's experiences. Most times we're just not broadcasting it out into the world. However, today I felt called to share with you, speaking of this passageway that people go through, that I'm in the exact same place, and possibly just to share the things and the tools that I'm using to navigate this passageway. So even though the one door is closing and in the passageway, and I can sense the other doors that are about to open, because they're going to look really, really different. The uncomfortableness of the passageways, and in this 3D realm, we know that abundance or prosperity, money, the tool of money, is required. And yet the money is busy showing up in all other ways in order to get through the month, pay the expenses, do what is required. And it's not that I'm not asking, universe, keep showing me what else is possible, keep showing me what else is available, keep showing me where I can be of service. Of service, not in service. Remember, in service is very contractual. When you are of service, it is a win-win-win situation. Then asking those questions and seeing where your talents and gifts and capacities and potencies are required. And it's not that I'm not doing anything. I'm putting out workshops for a very minimal amount, because I get that everyone is in a space at the moment where everyone is in fear and uncertainty. And again, there's those different classes, people who have money and people who don't have money. And then the people that are sort of in between, just sussing out, where can I do this and where can I move this money and things like that. So I get that that is a real. So putting out these beautiful tools and support that's available, and yet no one is reaching out and taking those opportunities. My ego could go into the complete wrongness of it, can go into the personal thing that you're not good enough, that you're this and you're that, and you see no one actually wants this. And there's the dark forces protecting, or not protecting, the dark force preventing you from shining your light. And yes, even though that is an awareness, light is stronger than that. So you sit in this passageway and you're just learning to be grateful for your experience that you've just come from. And that's when the gratitude for the past heals so much, because you just really do a little bit of a review and see how much you have grown, how much you've come through. And that in that passageway, when you start turning on the lights, you realize that you're not alone in that passageway. You have your angels, you have your archangels, the ascendant masters, your guides all around you, giving you love and comfort and support, and showing you those next little synchronicities to get you even closer to the next door or doors that are going to be opening. So the tools that I use, a lot of them are access consciousness tools. The questions: what else is infinitely possible? What else is available that I haven't even considered as availability or possibility? How does it get even better than this? And I'll ask it over and over and over again. I work with the universal laws a lot. So I know the sub laws in terms of the energy to embody, to start shifting things. And those are energies of love and of compassion and of kindness. And we direct it to ourselves first. Because if you can have love, kindness, and compassion for you first and foremost, then you are going to radiate that out from your heart space. Also, in that passageway, you start recognizing where everybody else is at. It's almost like you get this extra clarity of vision to show you that, again, it's not personal. Everyone is just dealing with their own stuff, and everyone is just sitting with their own level of awareness and own level of consciousness, because everyone is on their own unique journey. Some people are going to be further along on that journey than others, and there's no right, there is no wrong, there is no good, and there is no bad. There just is this process, and this beautiful, beautiful process of having the soul's growth. Again, the universe will bring you what you need, not what you want. And there's a lot of focus on money at the moment, because I mean, that's the awareness having, because there is a situation occurring in the world right now, the 3D program of inflation and the news and the fear and the uncertainty. A lot of people are busy focusing on money. And sometimes that focus on money is not in a positive way. It's actually, the focus is on what I don't have. The lack, the limitation is where most people go to. And yet, the most beautiful thing that I came across the other day from Bashar, when he spoke about abundance, he was saying and reminding us that we tend to only look at abundance in the terms of money, the tool of money in this reality. And he said that if money is not showing up, the tool of money is not showing up, have a look around at what other forms of abundance is busy showing up for you. And because you're not focusing on that, you feel as though that there is no money coming in. Because remember, everything has a value, a transactional value in this 3D realm. So when you can start looking around, and that's exactly what I started doing before I even saw this video. So when the video came, again, the synchronicities and reminders, like, yes, that, you start looking at all the other things that are showing up in your life that do help to get you through the month. So whether someone's gifting you a dinner, a lunch, some cash, maybe if it's not cash, it's just an opportunity where you can make some money, whatever it may be. Don't want to keep focusing too much on the money, but it's one of those things that abundance is always going to be present. We live in an abundant and prosperous universe. We don't get to see that because our ego mind is only focused on the money tool aspect. Yet if you can start just opening up your vision and opening up your senses, you will see that there are so many gifts and blessings for you. And in the passageway is the perfect time to do that, to amplify the gratitude, being so grateful for where you are at, being grateful for what you've just come through, and being grateful for what is still to come. It's not that you're wishing that to come quicker. I know the ego does, because ego is all about instant gratification. It's just recognizing, while I'm here, there are so many amazing things that I know that are just around the corner. And again, because you're in the passageway, you can see the doors. They're not open yet, but you are getting the guidance of where to move to get closer to the one that is about to open. And your energy in that passageway is what's going to change everything. And just remember, we've been conditioned to think that passageways are dark, that they're uncomfortable, that they're small, that they're claustrophobic. Yet shine the light in your passageway. Visualize your passageway being filled with your spirit team. Visualize that passageway having abundance and prosperity of everything that you can possibly ever imagine, because it is sitting there energetically with you. It just hasn't manifested itself or actualized itself into a physical thing that you can see yet. And that is why our five senses, well, the whole five senses, but our physical side can be so misleading at times, because we can only see what we've been programmed to see. We aren't able to see the unseen because this program prevents us from doing that. And that program takes work to delete it, to uncreate it, and to destore it. And when that program comes down, you can start seeing things that were always available to you. It just wasn't in your perception or in your periphery. So you open that up completely and you start seeing what's available, because you keep asking the question, what else is available and possible for me that I haven't even considered as an availability and a possibility? And remember, yes, it is going to look completely differently to what your logical mind and what your ego mind thinks it's going to look like. So again, that program, you just start dissipating it, and you dissipate it with love and kindness and compassion for yourself first and foremost, and just recognizing that you have done an incredible job up to this moment in time, and you are still going to do an incredible job from this moment in time onwards. But just bring that attention to the present moment, to that passageway, and change the energy of that passageway. It can still feel a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. When you surrender that uncomfortability, You just sit with the gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that I had, for everything that I have. And thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that is still about to come. Thank you, universe, for giving me everything that I need for my soul's growth and for my spiritual evolution. Thank you for always guiding me to that next step. Thank you for allowing my life to be different. Thank you for allowing me to know I do have a unique purpose in this life. And this unique purpose is going to shift and change as I personally grow and shift and change. And it's stepping into that flow. So the gratitude, amplify your thank yous. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that is going, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And again, that is just a perception, but thankful for everything that is occurring. So passageways can be beautiful, beautiful places when you make them beautiful and when you make them expansive. And then start getting excited, like really, really excited for what's to come. And you don't need to logically know what's to come. You can sense it. And this is energetically sensing it and perceiving it. And then when it does arrive, you will be able to receive that. And again, whatever is coming in is in alignment with your soul's growth and with your spiritual evolution. Know that. Just know that so that you can really wrap your arms around it, like this energetic wrap of a hug, to be like, wow, the next adventure has arrived in my life. The next chapter has arrived in my life. And how does it get even better than this? And how does it get even better than this? And how does it get even better than this? So let's embrace this passageway. Let's light it up. You can even have a party in the passageway. That actually is allowed. And just embrace where you're at in this moment and know that when it is the most divine time, those divine doors of opportunities and possibilities will start opening up for you. And you will be so ready for that because you would have gone through the gratitude and the acceptance of everything that you've been through in order to step into the next space. So I really hope that you find this helpful. Please pop down in the comments below where you are possibly at and if being in a passageway is resonating with you now or is something that you've resonated with in the past. And if there's anything that you can possibly share of what your journey has been through the ebbs and flows of your self-mastery journey. And until the next vlog, sending you a lot of love, lots of magic, and lots of blessings.